What's going on, everybody? Toby1 Shinobi here, and today we are breaking down the new Fortnite Chapter 6 Hunter trailers, both the cinematic and the gameplay. We're going to show you things that you probably missed in the trailer, so let's get right into it. First off, we're just going to play the whole trailer through. You can skip this if you'd like. All right. First of all, yes, dude. Yes. Yes. This chapter looks so good. I'm so hyped. It's like Chapter 4 remixed. Very, very excited about it. Very excited about all the movement going on, the verticality in the levels. I mean, the map itself looks great. All right, so I've taken some screenshots from the gameplay trailer and the cinematic trailer that I kind of want to just touch on. Starting off, here's a nice picture of the map, about as good of a picture as I could get. And what you'll see is that there's kind of just this mixed biome, right? There's not like dedicated biomes like we've recently had in the past where it's like, this is the snow biome, this is the grass biome, this is the city biome. It's all kind of mixed together, which I find really nice. Looks really, really, really good. Looks like a Chapter 4 map, Chapter 4 Season 2 or something like that. Looking very beautiful. So what you see now are weapons. These are 3 unique weapons, actually 4, including the sword, for this chapter that we haven't seen before. So we've got a shotgun here that looks like a pump. We've got this assault rifle that has a nice scope on the rail-mounted scope here. And then we've got an SMG or possibly an AR, short-range AR or an SMG. And what you'll notice about these weapons is they pretty much look the same throughout all the other images and everything. Like if you look at the magazine and you look at the scope and you look at the barrel, they pretty much stay all the same. The only change that I saw to any weapon was this SMG right here. So for a second there, I thought we had no weapon mods, but then I looked back and I was taking pictures of these weapons, and I noticed that this SMG right here changes in the barrel. There is a suppressor on this barrel now. There is not in this image, but the scope stays the same and the magazine looks the same. And that pretty much stays true for all the weapons. This is actually a lock-on pistol from Chapter 4. So this shotgun right here also looks like the shotgun here. Like there's no change right here on the reticle or the scope or anything like that. So the shotgun looks pretty much the same. The AR, this AR right here, does not make the front page or the key art, but it shows up twice in 2 different scenarios in this trailer, and it looks the same in both. It's being held by a different player. So this is a girl and the other one was a guy. This does not have a scope. It's just iron sights. The magazine looks pretty standard. The foregrip looks pretty standard. And then you see another person using it, and it looks the exact same. So what I'm starting to wonder is maybe they're going to do away with scope mods. Maybe they found that scope mods were too much of a game changer, and now they're just going to go with, barrel mods, maybe magazine mods. I don't know. That's what I kind of hope for. I didn't like scope mods at all because I feel like it was too much of an advantage if someone picked up a gun that just happened to have a scope, and then like 90% of the guns you pick up don't have scopes, and you have to wait till the mid game to find a scope. So that'd be really good news for me personally if they took out the scope adjustments. If you could mod everything else but not the scopes, I'd be pretty stoked. Obviously, this is not clear evidence of that, but, just something to kind of think about. Next thing I want to point out, here's a new skin that maybe people didn't notice in the trailer. There's this guy in the window kind of like working out. We'll watch it in the actual trailer, but I just kind of want to call out this is kind of like a traditional Chinese hat. And he's wearing kind of like a white robe of some sort, white and blue robe. Okay, then I want to call out that these little spirits or sprites There's a couple different styles. There might be a few styles, but I've seen a smoky one and a blue one. And what I've seen so far, the blue one looks like it's a shield keg, basically. The smoke one might be some sort of temporary invisibility, might be some movement. We have yet to discover what that really does. I also want to call out that this looks like a teleporting gate. We'll see a couple teleporting gates, but I noticed that this one right here looks like a gate and it doesn't look active, so that's kind of interesting. Another thing I noticed is this little statue guy, this rock statue guy, has something going on inside him, so maybe you can break him open and get some loot. I'm not sure. But yeah, it looks like he's got some secrets. He's also got these little cloud sprites, which I think are the smoky sprites, but this could be a different kind of sprite because this looks like more of a cloud and this one looks more smoky. Could just be that it's a cinematic trailer and it's just different. So the other thing I want to point out is these little blue things. I saw a couple blue things like in the tree. These kind of look like their own possible sprites. They didn't look the same as this guy, but again, it could just be a cinematic versus gameplay. Here's another thing to look at. This is the new Baymax skin, one of the versions of the Baymax skin. Pretty sick. Full on armor, full on samurai armor there. Here is a new skin, and then also want to point out that that is definitely Azuki. Hoping for a new Azuki style. We'll see. And another thing I want to point out is that the train right here. There are builds. Some people have been like, oh, I didn't see any build in the trailer, so there's builds down here. I just want to point that out. And also the train has what looks like a pretty special cache. So maybe the train has gotten better loot on it. Maybe it's like exotic or something like that. We will see. So let's go ahead and actually break down the trailer. Like I said before, this right here, I mean, first of all, this scene is beautiful. I love this little like orchard with these flowers and all that. It's wonderful looking. And then we got this inactive gate. I think that's an inactive gate over there. We got this bridge, very cool looking. I didn't see anything that really stood out to me about gameplay here. I see like a green whiplash right there. So whiplashes are still in the game, I think. We've got these trees from Chapter 4, these jungle trees that you can kind of sit in. So those are back. Got this big, cool turtle island that's alive. Now, there's something blue right here. I don't know if you guys saw that, but bright blue glow coming off the top of this turtle area. So not sure what that does. That might just be a sprite. But also keep in mind, these sprites right here look a little different. Like, these are kind of cloudy looking and not smoky, if you know what I mean. So maybe there's a few different types. We'll see. That's a day and night transition. It looks like this skin might be reactive to the time of day, which is pretty cool. So, you know, it's daytime right here and then switches over to night. So that's pretty cool. All right, now we got these new Oni masks, which are pretty sweet. They have different abilities. I've seen two so far. I've seen a Void, which is this purple one, a Solar, which is the fire one, and you might imagine that there might be an Arc one, which would be like electricity. And the only reason I say that is because like there's 3 archetypes in the game Destiny, which have Solar, Arc, Void, but who knows? Maybe it could be something else. This one seems to allow you to teleport a medium range, which is pretty cool. It takes a little bit of time to do so. And then the other one is an auto aim. The Solar, the fire one, shoots out fireballs. It looks like it has 2 fireballs that shoot out, and also has a cooldown on it, but they kind of like track onto targets. One thing I did want to notice or call out is that this little wheel right here, this is probably just a blimp, but I thought this was interesting. I thought this might be like an air, one of those vortexes or something that you fly through like we used to have in Chapter 4. Probably not, but yeah, I just want to call that out. And then we got the smoky guy right here and the water guy right here. So this is that guy in the window I was talking about, which you don't really see too clearly. I can't really get a clear image of him, but you can see he's kind of like dancing. I don't know if he's doing the gritty or what, but it looks like a pretty cool skin. Somebody going up a zipline over here. And now there's these new parkour mechanics, which are pretty sweet. So this one, it looks like kind of a leap of faith sort of mechanic where you just like jump, and then if you enter this sort of mechanic, you can now go further and you can land without taking fall damage. Because she doesn't have the weapon out before. It looks like she pulls it out afterwards. And yeah, I think that's a new mechanic because you can see the other guy do it right before her as well. Right here, he does the same thing. See, that's that leap. And then she follows him. Also, that guy Does that make sense? He land over there. Maybe he land over there and started shooting. We'll just pretend like, yeah, he landed over there. That's the cat guy. But yeah, she takes this leap, which is pretty cool, into a roll. So maybe we have a way to negate fall damage at all times now. All right, now we are in a cool new POI. This is an active gate right here. And this green water is interesting to me. It almost looks like soul water, but I don't think it is. You know, the Chapter 5 soul water that gives you dashes. I don't think it is because she'd have dashes on her. And even in the gameplay right here, we're not seeing dashes, so I don't think it is. Here's a new running mechanic. So this, you'll notice that this wall is bigger than a single tile, and she's able to run up it and climb, which is pretty cool. Again, more green water here. So maybe this green water has healing effects or something. I would imagine that it's kind of some sort of special water that does something. This is that gun again, the AR that is an iron sights. Looks pretty good, pretty nice. And this is that little jelly sprite. And you can see Baymax right here. This is the new Baymax skin, one of them. And he pulls it out of his back, and it seems like he plops it down, and now it's kind of dancing around and probably healing them. Also the new Baymax fist bump right there. The fa-da-da-da. New skin right here with the kinetic blade. So the kinetic blade has made a return, which is pretty exciting. It looks like the purple version of it, which has 3 charges. Could be wrong. Could be the rare version, but I'd imagine they bring back the 3 charge version, which was pretty awesome. Probably one of the best mobility, most balanced mobility items Fortnite's ever had. It recharges over time, gives you 3 charges. It's not too overpowered, but it gets you around very well. Gets you up to height really easily. You just point and click, basically, and you go kind of teleport to that area. Okay, so this skin right here, I thought that this guy was carrying Oni masks, but I think that that's just part of the skin. So he just has like these little Oni masks on his skin. I thought that he was switching to different ones, and the reason that I don't think he is that he has them still on his belt when he goes to teleport here after using that kinetic blade. He pulls out that Oni mask right there and starts to teleport, and it doesn't change on his belt. So just something to note. Now, these Oni masks, this one is like throwing the fire mask, so I'm thinking that possibly these bosses drop the masks. So instead of medallions, we might have like just a few masks on the map that you're fighting for, and this guy has the Void one already. He already killed the Void boss, possibly. And that kind of aligns with the idea of these 4 POIs. These 4 POIs might have masks at each one. Well, actually, there's a 5th right here. But this little turtle guy might have a mask on it. I don't know. Maybe this turtle is actually part of the city. Maybe the city guy, the city and the turtle area have a mask. Maybe this bottom left one has a mask, which I think is where they're fighting right now in this trailer, is in this little area, which has this like fire solar demon in it. This purple area we have not seen yet, I don't think. And then this one up here has the big boss, which we'll see in just a second. But this purple one right here probably has the Void boss, I would imagine, that drops the Void mask. Possibly. Or maybe they're all over the place. We'll see. So you can see him teleport. He went pretty far. Like, that's a good, like, I would guess that that's about 20 meters, 25 meters or so. Pretty good. And he kind of just disappears and appears, which could be really good for using this behind corners, you know? If you want to, like, get behind somebody without them actually ever seeing you, you could, like, be behind a corner, teleport behind them or, like, to the side of them, and they would just have no idea what's happening. Probably has an audio cue, but still, looks really good. Goes for the kinetic blade charge right there. So, yeah, it seems like this girl is the boss who's kind of controlling this big puppet thing who shoots fireballs, so the bosses look pretty epic this season for sure. Pretty excited about that. And here's the other big boss, and this is why I think there's 4 masks, or maybe 3. I think this guy probably carries a mask as well. So now he has the fire mask, and he's throwing these fireballs at these people, and you can see the charge, the cooldown has 2 charges. So 1, 2, you can see him, it's recharging. It looks like it charges up pretty quick. As you can see, this first one's almost half full. So it looks like you get 2 shots and then you kind of recharge after like maybe 5 to 10 seconds, and then you shoot 2 more again. And as you can see, this guy's not aiming really at these people, but it's locking on and going towards them. And it looks like this little icon kind of symbolizes that it's locking onto that person. So yeah, you know, auto aim mechanics are pretty much always in Fortnite at this point. There's just no getting around it. Hopefully you can still dodge these attacks with your own movement, but we'll see. Can't imagine that they do that much damage if it auto aims that much, but we'll see. I would imagine that these do like 50 to 60 damage a hit. We'll see. Here's the double wall jump, which looks amazing. I am so excited about this movement right here. So I'm assuming that anytime you run up to a wall, you can just go alongside of it, and then you can press the jump button, and you'll be able to jump off of it if you're close enough. I can see a lot of misclicks happening in this situation if you're running your walls, but it just looks super fun. I'm sure this will be a mechanic that like is going to determine a lot of fights, and I'm very excited about it. Now, pay attention right here. This girl has the sword. You can see she's got this wind effect on her. So this other sword that's not the kinetic blade, but another katana, gives you some sort of very fast movement and possibly teleporting abilities, because look where she is right now. And this is gameplay. That's not like edited. So I'm thinking that she has an ability to dash forward with that sword as well, like a quicker short dash that doesn't really have like a wind up. It just like does a quick dash, which seems pretty similar to the mask, but maybe not as far. But look, she's already here. So it's kind of crazy. And yeah, obviously the double wall jump right there is just awesome. Love it. This shotgun right here looks like a thunder shotty, the same reticle as the thunder shotty, and even kind of sounds similar. It looks like a pump shotgun that has good range on it. Just judging by this reticle here, looks like you have to be fairly accurate. And yeah, pretty excited about that. This is the SMG. That's a different type of SMG here. Well, actually, this is the SMG that we talked about that had the suppressor on it in one frame and didn't on the other. So sounds pretty nice. And then she's going to go in with the melee attacks of this like wind blade or whatever it is. And then this guy's going to pull out the fire mask. This guy's got that same gun. This guy has the kinetic blade. And again, this guy's just got like masks on his side. I think the Oni masks that don't actually do anything. So they all charge forward. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the gameplay trailer. New back bling here. Like the little demon thing hanging onto a katana. I'm not sure if this player is good or bad, but I think she might be good, because when she comes out of the teleporter, that one, is she the same? Yeah, it's a different version. Maybe it's like her sister or something. This one looked like she's being trapped by the boss, though. So maybe she's not controlling the boss. Maybe the boss has control over her. You save her and she becomes an ally? Because she doesn't really look like she's necessarily controlling this thing, but maybe she is. I don't know. All speculation. All speculation. But it is kind of weird that she's alongside of this guy and this girl, because you would think that they're like friendly at this point. These blades right here that she uses this in the cinematic, but it's a different skin. Check this out. Okay, so let's go over to the other trailer. Oh, we're not done yet. That's right. Godzilla. Gojira. Here's these little smoky guys. They're kind of cloudy looking. I don't know, man. But this is crazy. Is Godzilla going to be roaming around the map at all times? Or is he going to be a special event just happening at the end of the season? Is it going to be a special event that triggers once all bosses are defeated, or just happens sometimes? I don't know. I don't know. Looks pretty awesome, though. Oh, also, I totally missed this. This island right here is a floating island. So right above the turtle is a floating island. I forgot to mention that. So I think that's probably a mid-game objective. that looks like, you know, the cube, the Kevin the Cube kind of purple. So maybe we capture something on that island. Who knows? Or maybe that's part of that void area with that void mask, and maybe it's just floating above it. Not sure. But yeah, floating island. So, you know, Fortnite, floating islands. And then what can we see here of the city? This is like, I think this is like the Baymax city, the San Fran Tokyo or something, whatever it's called. I'm guessing that's what it's trying to be. But it looks like it's a very small version of what's it called? Mega City, which I like. I don't like how big Mega City was before, so it seems like they kind of learned the lesson that people stopped going there because it was so big and ratty, and they made it smaller. So that's fun. And it looks like we have a new car style right there. It's got like cutouts like for aerodynamics right here that look like they go through the quarter panels, but I could be wrong. That could just be like the Porsche or GTR, but either way, it looks cool. Oh, and then we have this Monarch balloon, which I think Monarch is in the Godzilla series, like the powers that try to control or align with Godzilla. So these balloons are new, and they probably have special items that are maybe used for eliminating Godzilla. I don't know. Who knows? Controlling Godzilla? We'll just have to see. But yeah, I'm hyped. All right, let's go quickly through the cinematic. This one doesn't have as much to look at, but man, look at that map. Love it. Portal awakens. Azuki. I think they just used Azuki because he has yellow eyes, but I could hope for a new style. Here's a new skin right here. This sushi guy. See, this girl has white hair, and the other one had black, so I'm not sure what's happening. Does she switch to black hair at the end of this? Hold up. She has white hair, and she's using the fan blade too. So this fan blade might actually be a new weapon, because this is a white-haired girl with tattooed arm, and over here we're seeing a black-haired girl with, you know, robes on, and she's got the same weapon. So possible that this is a new weapon as well in the game, a new melee weapon. We will see. I don't think that jumping mechanic's actually realistic, but maybe. She does a lot of backflips, a lot of unnecessary flips, you know, as one does when they jump off buildings. Smoky guys right here again. Or cloudy. These ones look cloudy, not smoky, which is interesting. And this guy's got something inside of him. And look, there's something right there in that tree that looks like another sprite or spirit or something. And it's also in the water right here. See these guys? They go underwater. And Peely's back as well, and Jonesy. So they dive under the water right there. So I'm not sure if that's some sort of new fish or if that's also a sprite. And then who knows what's going to happen with this turtle. Maybe this turtle like is a moving island. That'd be pretty cool. If it's just like kind of moving across the map. That'd be pretty sweet. In the river. That's the lock-on pistol. This new boss looks crazy. I hope it comes as a skin because it's pretty sweet skin. If we can get it as a small version, a mini. But yeah, this is a new like fan that she uses to fight with, so that's interesting. And this gun right here is that same one, but without the suppressor on it. So unless they edited only in the cinematic to not have the suppressor on it, and there are no weapon mods. This is the only thing that tells me that there's weapon mods. Could be that just the cinematic trailer is using a version that doesn't have the suppressor on it, and in game there are no weapon mods. That's the only thing I've seen changed. Otherwise, all scopes, magazines, underbarrels, vertical foregrips or foregrips are all the same from what I've seen. Stocks are all the same as well. So it's not completely 100%, I don't think, that we have weapon mods. There's one small shred of evidence, but it's from a cinematic versus gameplay, so it's hard to really say. And then these are the POIs. This is that big dude POI, the purple, kind of weighty, magical looking one. And then I think this is that green water one with the fire boss. I don't think the fire, yeah, this is a different boss. Yeah, the turtle and the city. Looking awesome. Looking really, really good. I am extremely excited for this chapter. Hope you enjoyed this. Let me know down in the comments below if you caught anything that I didn't mention. Would love to hear it. And hope you have a blast playing Chapter 6 Hunters. Shinobi out.